Hi folks, Speedway Tag here. I want to show you a couple of really cool and obscure mini expansions to the game we all know, Carcassonne. One of the board games in the big four, maybe Catan, Carcassonne, maybe Ticket to Ride and Pandemic, which have led the way in the development of the current board game, the modern board gaming genre. It came out in 2000, I think, and it's been going strong ever since. And it can be credited with creating a lot of the or at least a good amount of the mechanisms that we have today in games. Some of them originated with Carcassonne. It's a tile laying game. You're basically building the features around the medieval French city of Carcassonne in southern France, and the idea is you're building the area around the city with these tiles. Normally you would start with just one tile, but I've got the river expansion going here. So you start with this beautiful river and you can branch off that. There's only three main features to think about as you're laying tiles in this game. You all know how to play Carcassonne, but just in a quick 5-minute version of the rules is you take a tile and you look what it is, and you add it to the board somewhere. You add it to another tile, and the feature has to match. Okay, so in other words, this is a city piece. It can go there and increase that city, or you can go the green and to green like this, and just match the fields like that. If I drew a tile like this, which is a road, I can put that there and connect it to another road. And also I can, if you drew, the third kind of thing you can draw is a monastery, which is green on green, so you just place it like that so the green sides match. And that's how the main tiles are placed, so you can just keep adding to these features, like that. Oh, not quite like that, but something like this. You can maybe this. No, that doesn't work either. Or maybe down here I can place this city piece like that. It's city side to city side, and so that'll go like that. And you just keep, if you want to, expanding these cities, expanding these roads, and putting in monasteries. And the board just grows and grows and grows while people add the tiles to it. They just draw them. Your turn is very simple. You just draw a tile and add it. You don't have a hand of tiles or anything like that. You get 7 meeples. Okay, 7 meeples, which you will be placing onto the board. Whenever you place a tile like so, if I draw this tile and I place it there, I get the option of taking one of my meeples and placing it on one of the features on that tile. So either in the field as a farmer or on the road like that. In which case I claim that road, that's mine, and when it's finished I will score it. Similarly, if I drew this tile from the stack over there, if I drew this tile and I decided to put it there, I could jump into that city and claim that city. That's mine, only I can work on it now. Just like if I claim that road, only I can score from that road. Okay, and then you just keep drawing tiles, placing them onto the board like that. Okay, so the road can just keep going like that. And if I'm on this road, or let's say yellow has claimed this road, they can just keep adding to this road, because the longer it is, when it's finished, the more points you're going to get. You get one when it is finished, like for example maybe this and maybe this. I know that's not quite right, but if we finish the road here, you'd score the road once it's finished, 1 point for every road segment. And similarly with the city, okay, if I did manage to close a city like this, right, the city now is completely enclosed by the walls. The meeple on there will score it 2 points for every city piece, so 2, 4, 6, and an extra 2 for if you've got a shield on there as well. So they'd get 8 points, and they'd move their meeple up to 8. All right, so that's how you score the cities. You can make them as big as you want, but once you've closed them off, then you score them and you get your meeple back. Okay, and once the road would be, if it was closed off there, it has to be closed at both ends. then they'd get their meeple back and they'd score it. Similarly with the monasteries, if you place a monastery like that and claim it, okay, and claim it, you will score that monastery when it's completely surrounded by 8 tiles, okay, all the way around it. And when it is, you'll take your meeple off and you'll get 9 points for that. And off we go. And it just, as you can imagine, this board of tiles just keeps growing and growing, and it looks wonderful at the end. It's very aesthetic and it's very pleasing. And so there's a little bit of there can be a lot of take that in this game, because if you want to block what your opponent is building, if you want to close their city for them or end their road for them because you don't want it to get too big so they get too many points, and so on. So you can have that element in the game too. You also score these fields. If you put a meeple in a field like that, in a green area, you can score that at the end of the game based on the number of city segments touching that field. But you all know that already, okay? So it's a fun game. You just, a very simple turn. You take a tile and you add it to the board. So you take a tile. Okay, what's that? That's kind of like a little a village with roads coming out of it. I might want to do this. Place it there. And remember, now I've got the option to jump on if I want to, one of the features, I can jump on that road, or that road. So I might put it there and start building a road out this way, like this. You see? A piece like this, when it's placed, I can actually choose to place either on the road or the city piece there as well. So I can I can also put something on that city and start building a city this way. Lots of options. Quite a bit of luck involved in Carcassonne, of course. You are restricted a little bit by the draw of the tiles, but you know, if you are playing the take that, you know, if you are trying to mess up your opponents, there's quite a bit of strategy to get the job done. So, but what I really want to talk about today is these little obscure expansions, because Carcassonne has got tons and tons and tons and tons of official expansions, big box expansions, reprints, spin-off games. It's it's huge, of course, but embedded in the family and sort of hidden away are often these little mini expansions that get forgotten about. And I want to show you 2 of them just very quickly. And one of them is an 8-tile expansion called the Flying Machines. Okay, the Flying Machines. And what happens with the Flying Machines is when they go into the general stack of tiles, and when you draw them, you place them as normal. So I'm matching green to green there, so that's fine. Or I could, if I ever wanted to, I could have matched the road like this, or like this. Okay, like that. Right, so the thing is, when you place a flying machine, you have the option of jumping on the feature as normal, so putting a meeple there on that road, or jumping into the flying machine, rolling this die. Okay, this is what attracted me to this little mini expansion, because I don't think there's any other expansion that provides a dice into the mix with Carcassonne. So this attracted me. I wanted to see how this works. So yeah, so what you do is, if you choose to jump in the flying machine, you roll the die, and let's say I roll a 1. The die has just got 1, 2, and 3 on it. Okay, it's a 1, 2, and a 3, that's all. Let's say I rolled a 1. That means I can move 1 space in the direction the flying machine is pointing. It's pointing diagonally. So I can then, from here, move over here. Now, that's something you can never do in Carcassonne normally. You can't just move your meeples around like that. But with the Flying Machine expansion, you can. So I roll a 1. I'm allowed now to claim the feature that I ended up on, even if it's unclaimed, even if someone was already on it. Again, a big no-no in Carcassonne is you're not allowed to enter a feature that someone has already claimed. So I couldn't normally do that. But with the Flying Machine, you can. So if a Flying Machine, I don't know how I can set this up to work, but if a Flying Machine sent me this way, okay, let's say I place this Flying Machine here, right? Got on the flying machine. I managed to roll 2 on the die, like that, and I could go 1, 2, because it's pointing diagonally. I go 1, 2, and I could actually join in the yellow player and join in their city. Again, normally you can't do that, but with the flying machine you can, which is really cool. Really provides a great little bit of randomness. And with it there, I know there's only 8 tiles, but you do feel like you've got a chance to get some extra points somewhere if you're lagging behind by jumping in on someone else's feature like that. So here I've jumped in on Yellow's city, and here with this flying machine I've actually claimed a monastery that nobody else claimed. Normally I wouldn't be able to do that. If whoever placed that monastery tile and didn't claim it, it'll remain unclaimed for the rest of the game, but the flying machine allows me to claim it. So all these tiles have a flying machine on it and a direction. You place it, you roll the dice, and see which tile you end up on, and decide then whether you want to jump into one of the features on that tile. If the flying machine sends you to an empty space, like that, well then consider yourself crash landed. Okay, so that's the flying machine. Really, really fun. You might not want to play with it all the time, but it does give you that extra little bit of hope when you think, oh, what have I got left to do? Everybody's claimed everything. This is really handy because you can jump in on other people's things and plans. Okay, the other expansion I quickly wanted to show you today is called the Watchtowers. And don't they look great? Great looking tiles, great artwork. There is the rules for the Watchtowers. Okay, 12 tiles, and they'll get mixed into the normal pile here of tiles to draw and play. When you draw a Watchtower tile, well, let me explain to them what they are first. Each one gives you an extra scoring condition. So when this Watchtower triggers, you'll get 3 points for every monastery that's surrounding it. When this one triggers, you get 1 point for every road segment on a tile that is surrounding it. You'll get 1 point for every city segment on a tile that's surrounding it. You'll get 2 points for every city segment with a shield that's surrounding the Watchtower. And this one you'll get 2 points for every meeple, yours or your opponent's, on a tile that's surrounding it. So if I placed this one like this, for example, let's say that wasn't there, and that wasn't there either. Let's say I drew this tile, I connect it to the city there, and then I have the option, as usual, to jump on one of the features on that tile, the city or the 2 roads. Okay, let's say I jump on the city. Okay, now because I'm on a feature that is on the same tile as a watchtower, it's me that will get the benefit of that watchtower's scoring condition once the feature that I'm on is completed. So along comes someone and or myself and completes that city like that. That triggers the scoring of the watchtower, and then I would look around to see whether how many meeples are surrounding this watchtower. And let's just imagine that there was another meeple there, okay, and maybe another meeple here, okay, when I completed that. So now there's 3 meeples surrounding that watchtower. I've completed the feature that I'm actually on the watchtower tile, and so I will get 2 points for every meeple that's surrounding, which will give me 6 points. And that goes for all of these. The road segment one. Okay, let's say I go here. Okay, let's say I draw that watchtower. I go there. I decide to jump on this city piece. Okay. If that city gets completed like that, boom, the watchtower will trigger its scoring. And because I'm on a feature that is on the watchtower's tile, I'm the one that gets the points. 1 point for every road segment that is surrounding that tile. So if there were more road segments surrounding that tile like this, okay, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 road segment tiles surrounding that watchtower gives me 6 points because my feature was completed. And that goes for all of these things. Same with the 3 points for every monastery surrounding it, and roads, cities, shields, and meeples. So I really love the watchtowers because it makes you second guess, where am I going to concentrate my efforts. If I pull a few watchtower tiles, am I going to concentrate my efforts on the watchtowers, or am I going to just leave them alone and keep developing my features, my cities and roads and monasteries and fields? Or am I going to really make the watchtower work for me and try and get my meeples or my features around the watchtower according to the way it scores? Do I want to put, when I draw a road tile, instead of adding to my road over there, I might think to myself, well, I want to add it around the watchtower so I can get more points there, or here as well. The watchtower that scores points for meeples surrounding it, I might start, getting my meeples around it, even though, I want to get over there, but I'd rather be here because, 2 points per meeple, that's good points. So I like that challenge that the watchtower gives you. I love the randomness and the freakiness the flying machines give you, okay, by allowing you to jump into other people's features and also unclaimed features. Anytime that expansions for Carcassonne gives you more options to score, more decisions to make when placing a tile, and less luck, I'm all for it. And I think both these two expansions help with that. Okay, I hope that helps you a little bit. I don't know if you can get these expansions, but if I did, you guys must be able to. So you can trade for them or find them on eBay or whatever. Good luck. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was helpful. See you later.